I think people should come to see our show at the Hollywood Fringe Festival because I think we've crafted a really great experience for people to have. I mean, first of all, to have the experience of going to a theatrical show again is something that if you haven't done yet, you have to do again because it's a core part of our lives. Anyone who loves theater that we've been without for a long time, but I think our show is something that I hope everyone gets to experience and gets to on some level be changed by.
To add to that, I think, or at least I hope, we've sort of crafted an experience that feels sort of small and intimate and manageable for people who, you know, haven't been to a lot of shows recently. We're not like throwing a lot of big spectacle in your face, but I think it is an experience that is really beneficial to have live if you can.
Yeah, I think people should come to this show because, you know, it's been a tough year, and, you know, we've all been kind of stuck at home, not being able to enjoy theater. You know, there have been some things online, you know, but there's nothing quite like just being, you know, about less than 10 feet away from somebody who, you know, and having that experience in real life.
People should come see Queer, Drag, and Drugs in a TikTok clock because it's a roller coaster of a story. It's funny, it's sad, it's ironic, and it's a story that I think people will identify with, and you'll walk away from it feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? Feeling elated and entertained.
For one, it's live theater, you know, and that's really been missing. It's been really missing, I think, in our lives. I think when we first started coming out of COVID, and even this summer, you could feel the energy this summer of people wanting so desperately to connect. And I think if anything good comes out of this quarantine and this time in our lives, is people recognize, like, we need other people, and people aren't just window dressing for our lives. Like, we not only need the connection that we have with family and friends, but we need the day-to-day great little moments, you know, when you're going into the supermarket and somebody smiles at you and you have a connection. That's a real connection. That's something real, and it's a win-win for everybody. So I think my production offers a lot of different things. I think it offers humor, and I think it offers a lot of different ways of seeing things. And I think people should go to all of the shows. You know, I think, like, live theater is here, and, you know, it's a really small fringe right now. So it's much live theater as you can go to see. I think people should go and really support live theater and really, you know, connect as much as you possibly can. And I think that our show offers a little bit of a taste of everything. And the fact that the subject is about kind of going after your dream, I think makes people, you know, I think it can be really inspiring for people. So yeah, I think people should go to as much as possible. But, you know, my show, I think we'll have, I don't know, I think it'll be really a sweet experience for people to come in. And I think that we've put the time and energy into not just our process, but wanting people to connect, wanting to feel that sense of happiness and sense of connection. And so, you know, we're going into this new phase of COVID. We don't know what's happening, but we're all kind of really holding on to wanting people to be live in that room. And even if we have to wear masks, it's like we're still in the room with each other and having that tribal experience that you can only get through theater, you know, through that live theater.
I would love people to come see Confessions of a Former Boy Detective. I think it's a funny piece. You're gonna get to, you know, laugh and talk with me, and it's a profound piece. It talks about issues of mental illness, addiction, loneliness, isolation, and confronts them in in ways that are really meaningful to me. And because they mean so much to me, I can only assume that they will mean something to someone else, someone out there. And I think it's a really fun and exciting way to get at these ideas. You know, it's not just a depressing story about addiction and alcoholism and sibling fraught sibling relationships and all of that, but you know, it's a kid detective story. Who doesn't like a kid detective story? So it's all of that sort of wrapped up into one, and there's a lot of fun to be had, and there's a lot of drama to be had, and I think it's not something you want to miss.
People should go to see Sugar and Shit because the same way they should go see a wild concert, just to have a wild experience and to say like, wow, I was there right at the beginning, and it's visually appealing, it's bold, and they can actually after our show they even get a chance to write for 10 minutes about their own collective experience. They should go see it because it's about ending oppression and trauma and things that they probably have went through. So I think that they'll have a heartfelt experience as well as a little bit of a wild ride.
I think our show it's for the bold-hearted. It's for folks who are ready to be exposed in things that aren't often spoken about, for people who are ready for a provocative natured experience. Even when you get there, we have a performance artist who's transformed our lobby and who's doing art right outside the theater. So we have a whole immersiveness to our show. As soon as they arrive, they're already immersed in the aura of our themes, and they watch our show. And then the second portion of our 2-hour experience is the writing workshop that Lori just mentioned. So it's a whole arc to it besides just the arc of the actual play itself, that we really want people to leave inspired to potentially confront portions of their own reality or their own narrative that they hadn't considered before.
And Sugar and Shit is a total art experience. From the moment you step in, there's a thing of shit where it says "I'm the shit," and then you can take a picture under it. And then there's little pieces of candy all in the lobby. We have a performance artist. Then you go in, and then you hear the music, and you hear the compelling writing. I feel is very heartfelt. And then you get to go with us. We have people streaming in from Taos, New Mexico, the people where we incubated this story, to give our audience an experience of touching their inspiration. So I feel they should go because of the art.
I think people should go see Cheater because it's a play that really gives you all the feelings that a good production gives you. It's the kind of play that makes you think, makes you laugh, because of the absurdity of it all. It makes you cry because of the tender moments that, love brings out. And it brings the truth of a relationship to light. And it doesn't matter, where you're at in the relationship. It's the beauty of love in all its facets. So I think people should come see it because I think it's a tender piece that has so many different levels of emotion, and it'll make you feel all of them. People should come to our plays at the Hollywood Fringe Festival because mayhem is just that. It's mayhem, but in the best way possible. You're going to laugh. You're going to have fun. If you love superheroes, then you're in a good spot. If you like to make fun of superheroes, it's even better. The play doesn't take itself seriously. That's the best part about it. We're just all there to have a good time and to have fun. So come have fun with us.
Why should people go to my play at Fringe Festival? Well, I play the piano in it, and that's my main thing. And it's an interesting story. So it's an interesting story because I'm on the stage by myself, but I do have a keyboard on stage, a piano, not as an instrument, but as like my best friend. Like that is the one buddy that has never left my side. So many events in my life have happened at the piano or because of the piano, or, you know, it's just that it's always there. So it's an interesting thing to see all these things happen because of that one thing, right? And that's where the Ivory Thread comes from. I use a phrase that they use in filmmaking a lot, the narrative thread. What is the narrative thread of a film or a story? So my narrative thread is a piano. So I call it the Ivory Thread. It's just kind of woven, even when I'm telling you about becoming an actor, I'm still telling you about the piano is still kind of the topic, like it or not. I mean, it just kind of is. So it's that story about transitioning into a new career, and it's interesting that it's being told around a piano here and there. It's not all piano, but it's just there to go over to, and so it makes it interesting. I think they would enjoy it.
Why should people come see my show at the Fringe Festival? Because it's awesome, number one. I think people will not. I think my show offers audiences a really well-rounded experience because there is drama, there is laughter, there is, there's me just really interacting with the audience. And then, as I've said before, there's a message that leaves you, even though I tell this horrific story, there's a message that kind of leaves you feeling like, yeah, we're okay. And I hope the audience leaves feeling really good and like they learned something and they felt something powerful.
People should come to my play because it's fun. I'm going to say I think something I really value in performance is fun. It's not a sob story. There's one kind of emotional song in it that I love, but I think there's something really fun about emotional stuff too. And yeah, it's a fun piece that I think really pokes a lot of fun at the idea of gender and what the hell are we all doing living in this weird fake world we've made for ourselves. None of that's real, and we don't have to subscribe to that, and we can totally reimagine that for ourselves and wear drag and dance around and shake our tits while doing it. Ironically, of course.
Why should people go to my play at the Hollywood Fringe? Well, there's only going to be one play, one night where you're going to be actually able to go, and that's going to be at the Stephanie Fury Studio Theater on August 21st. Matthew Quinn, through his Combined Art Form and Theater Asylum, is going to have an international day of theater live stream. So the play will be live streamed at the Stephanie Fury Theater on August 21st. My show will be at 4:40, but there's going to be a collection of great shows there. But why you should live stream it, I really believe the Easter Bunny will probably be I think it's going to be one of the most powerful experiences you'll have at this year's Fringe. As the director, when he came on board, he said, why I'm agreed to do this play? He says, because it's not really material that I look for. This isn't a play where people after it will say, okay, where are we going for drinks or that? No, you're gonna want to talk about what you just saw. And I think, without seeing, I know there's going to be lots of great people. I know Matthew's group that he's put together, Theater Asylum, is going to have a slew of great artists there, and I've actually had the chance to speak to some of them. But I think the Easter Bunny is going to resonate with you for a long time.